I have to admit, I can feel my face turning a little red just thinking about it. At first, I wasn't even physically attracted to Brian. But sometimes, when someone sticks around and keeps showing up, things have a way of changing. Persistence can surprise you like that. Our chemistry now, it's wild in the best way. Around Brian, I can truly be myself. He's seen it all, my awkward moments, my silly jokes, even the embarrassing stuff. Nothing seems to faze him. And honestly, that kind of comfort is rare. Meanwhile, tonight feels like a big deal for me. I've got a date with Andrea, my girlfriend, and believe it or not, this is technically one of my first real dates out in public. I'm nervous. Really nervous. The kind of nervous that makes your stomach do flips. When I see her though, that nervousness softens a bit. "How are you doing?" she asks with a smile. "I'm good," I say. "You look cute." She smiles back. "You do too." We decide to go bowling, and it's funny how something so simple can feel like stepping into new territory. It's been years since either of us has bowled, probably not since school days. We joke about how we're both going to make fools of ourselves. She teases me, saying she'll let me go first, so I can embarrass myself before she does. But then she admits she's competitive and wants to win. That makes me laugh. I like that spark in her. Tammy and I actually met on a dating app not too long ago. I had just joined, wasn't even on there long. She saw my profile, I saw hers, and we started talking. And once we started, we never really stopped. We talk every day now. It feels easy, natural. At the bowling alley, we joke around like we've known each other forever. We admire some stylish bowling shoes, laughing and pretending we're going to start a trend. She playfully asks if I'll buy her a pair. I tell her, sure, and we both laugh, knowing we're just being silly. Andrea really is beautiful. I like everything about her, her smile, her heart, the way she carries herself. We've been getting closer and closer. I'll admit something funny though. I haven't actually passed gas in front of her yet. At least not while I'm awake. At night when I'm asleep? Well, that's a different story. Some things you just can't control. We laugh about it because sometimes that's just real life. As we bowl, we're terrible, truly terrible. At one point she accidentally scores points for me, and we both burst out laughing. That's love right there, I tease. We're not focused on the score anyway, we're just enjoying being together. We are seeing each other, but we're taking things slow, one day at a time, no rushing, no pressure, just getting to know each other better, and building something real. I don't date very often. I recently came out of a 10-year relationship, and that leaves a mark. But Andrea, she's a wonderful person. She has one of the biggest hearts I've ever seen. Sure, she can be a little stubborn sometimes, but honestly, that just makes her who she is. And who she is pretty great. Still, I carry some heavy baggage from the past. Old relationships where I felt used. That kind of hurt lingers, and it makes me cautious now. I'm learning to protect my heart a little more. But deep down, I'm hopeful. I want to believe Andrea cares for me just as I am. We glance at the scoreboard and laugh at how low our scores are. I think my niece could have done better, I joke, and she's only 3. We both laugh so hard it almost doesn't matter who won or lost. I'm glad we did this, she says. I'm really enjoying it. Me too, I reply, even if I did beat you. She smirks. I let you win. Then the conversation turns a little more serious. She says she'd like to meet my mom, if I'm comfortable with that. She also mentions wanting to meet the rest of my family. She just wants everyone to get along. And honestly, hearing that means more to me than she probably realizes. I have to be honest, I'm not sure I'm ready for Andrea to meet my family just yet. Even though there are a few gay people in my family, I still don't know how everyone will react when I tell them about her. I mean, they wouldn't disrespect us or talk badly about us, right? This is 2024 after all, not 1912. Still, you just never know how people will respond until you're standing right there in front of them. I've only brought a handful of relationships home to meet my family, so this feels like a really big step. And let's face it, my family can be a lot to handle. They're loud, opinionated, and sometimes overwhelming. I want to give things a little more time before I officially introduce Andrea to everyone. The last thing I want is for my family to come on too strong, scare her off, and have her running for the hills. But eventually, that moment comes. Who are you looking for? You don't need a man. Then, there she is. Hi, Andrea, my mom says warmly. Hey, nice to meet you, Andrea replies. Nice meeting you too, honey. We settle in, and right away my mom starts fishing for gossip. Well, what's going on? You got any good tea, she asks. Andrea looks confused for a second. I don't know. I ain't seen nothing other than chicken. Mom laughs. Not that kind of tea. I meant gossip. The whole time I'm sitting there feeling nervous. My mom already warned me she planned to embarrass me, and let's just say she has never been one to hold back. So I quickly try to change the subject. Tell a funny story about Tammy when she was younger, I suggest, hoping for something harmless. That was a mistake. Oh, there's plenty, Mom says with a grin. More than one. She launches straight into childhood stories, including how easy I was to potty train, and how I apparently learned by watching my brother. I can feel my face getting hotter by the second. Parents always seem to go straight for the most embarrassing memories, don't they? Then Mom decides it's her turn to really tell a story. We had an outhouse, she begins, clearly enjoying herself. And there was this rooster that would sit right inside the hole. Every time Tammy pulled her pants down, that rooster would peck her. Everyone bursts into laughter while I sit there shaking my head. No wonder I didn't like going to the bathroom as a kid. Honestly, I probably held it in as long as humanly possible. Eventually the conversation shifts to something more normal. So, how'd y'all meet? Mom asks. Online dating, Andrea explains. We just started talking and never really stopped. To my surprise, Mom seems pretty relaxed about everything. I think she realized on her own that Andrea and I are together just by the way we talk about each other. And honestly, she doesn't seem bothered by it at all. If Andrea genuinely cares for Tammy and makes her happy, Mom says, then I'm happy for her too. Hearing that lifts a huge weight off my shoulders. Andrea smiles and tells Mom she's been wanting to meet her. The mood feels lighter now, more comfortable. Mom gives Andrea a playful once-over and asks, does she pass the test yet? Andrea laughs nervously. Oh, she'll pass, Mom says, as long as you keep her happy. Andrea nods. Yes, ma'am. It takes two to make it work. We work well together. Mom gets a little serious then. She looks Andrea straight in the eye and says, just one thing. Don't let me find out you've been hurting her. I'll know. Andrea quickly reassures her. I promise. And just like that, the tension fades. Mom was actually pretty cool. She didn't embarrass me nearly as much as I expected. Well, not too much anyway. Now comes the next big step. If Andrea handled meeting Mom this well, am I ready to introduce her to the rest of the family? Honestly, sometimes I don't even know what I'm thinking. Introducing someone to my family is hard, even when it's just a regular friend. They're naturally skeptical of people and slow to trust, so bringing Andrea around feels like a big step. That's why I've been hesitant. But we'll just have to see what the future holds. Then one day, Andrea surprises me. I got snacks for us, she says with a smile. She's planned a picnic. Now, for a split second, my mind jumps straight to, wait, is this a proposal? But no, it's not a proposal. Still, you can't go wrong with food and a sweet surprise like this. She starts pulling out snacks, and I'm already impressed. Then she says, I don't have the best part yet. She reaches into the bag again. Look, bam, more treats. I can't help but laugh. This was a good surprise though, right? She asks. Yes, I tell her warmly. Thank you, really. Then her tone shifts a little. She looks nervous. So, I've been wanting to ask you something, she says. I don't really know the best way to say it, but would you want to move in with me for a while? I pause, taking it in. She continues, carefully choosing her words. Do you see a long future? Maybe even marriage? I mean, I'm serious. I wouldn't ask you to move in if I didn't see this going somewhere real. She looks at me, waiting. What do you think? I smile. Yeah, I do want to. I want to be with you. And just like that, it's official. I'm moving in with Andrea. I'm excited, really excited, and honestly a little relieved. It feels good knowing we're on the same page and building something together. We fall into a comfortable rhythm quickly. There's laughter, shared meals, and little domestic moments that make everything feel real. I joke about being the wifey, the one cooking and taking care of things around the house. Andrea laughs and says she's never had someone cook for her so much. You like it, don't you? I tease. Doesn't it look like I love it? We both laugh. I'm officially off the market, I announce proudly. Me too, she replies. There's a sense that this is a new chapter, Not just for us, but for everything. We talk about the future, about how this feels like the right time for love and happiness. So, there's a wedding in the future, right? One of us jokes. Of course, comes the answer. Then we start tossing around ideas. Where do you want to get married? Not somewhere wild, one of us says. Let's go to the zoo. No way, comes the immediate reply. Absolutely not. We laugh about it, imagining all the ridiculous possibilities. It's light, playful, and full of hope. We're not officially engaged yet, but we're moving forward at our own pace. Right now, the focus is on moving in together and building a life step by step. For now, I figure I'll start by telling Mom the big news. She's really the only one in the family who knows Andrea well so far, so it feels like the safest place to start. Meanwhile, on another night, Brian and I head out to a local restaurant to grab some food and play a little pool. I'm excited to see him. Honestly, I hate being apart from him for more than a few minutes. It feels strange when he's not around. How you doing? He asks as we meet up. I'm good, I tell him, smiling. We've been dating for about a month now, though you'd think it's been years the way we act. Our first date lasted merely 22 hours. In Brian's mind, that counts as 3 dates in one. He's got this whole mathematical system for measuring relationship time. Meanwhile, I'm over here like, it's been a month, calm down. He laughs about how I almost didn't go out with him in the first place. So what changed your mind? He asks. I grin. I was hungry. I wanted street tacos. He nods like that's the most logical answer in the world. Fair enough, he says. So what's kept you with me? I tell him the truth. It's how good he is with my boys. He's patient, kind, and present. That matters to me more than anything. I'm good with all kids, he says with a shrug. Then he looks at me. What keeps you with me? I smile softly. You're great, I tell him. And you're a great mom. I have to admit, one of the things I appreciate most about Brian is how good he is with the boys. He's great with them, and he's great with me too. We laugh about everything, even the more extracurricular parts of our relationship. Let's just say, the chemistry between us definitely isn't boring. Sometimes I catch myself blushing and thinking, how red is my face right now? When I first met Brian, I wasn't instantly attracted to him. But he stayed patient, kind, and consistent. And sometimes, when someone keeps showing up in a genuine way, feelings grow. That's exactly what happened with us. Now our connection feels almost effortless. We joke around constantly. At dinner one night, he offers me an olive. I make a face immediately. Nope, not happening. That's disgusting, I tell him. I'm more in the mood for something hearty, like a good country fried steak. We tease each other back and forth, laughing at our completely different tastes. What I love most is that I can truly be myself around him. No pretending, no holding back. He's seen every side of me, the silly, the loud, the embarrassing, and he still sticks around. That kind of comfort is rare, and it means everything. Later, we play a little pool. Neither of us is exactly a professional, but we have fun trying. I line up a shot, get distracted, and miss completely. That one doesn't count, I insist. You distracted me. We both burst out laughing. It's not about winning or losing. It's about enjoying the moment together. Brian told me he loved me after just 3 days. 3 days. He's like a determined little kitten. Once he decides something, he's all in. It took me a little longer, about 3 weeks, to catch up emotionally. But when I did, I knew it was real. I love him too. After spending some time with my family, he asks the question that's been on his mind. Do you think your family will like me? I'm honest. They probably think we're moving too fast, I admit. But they just need time to get to know you. He smiles calmly. Well, I'm not going anywhere, so they'll have plenty of time. We joke about growing old together. He says we've got at least 50 more years. Then he laughs and reminds me I'm with an old man. I tease him right back. There's comfort in that kind of playful back and forth. My family is very opinionated. They speak their minds and don't always warm up to people right away. I love them dearly, but they can be tough critics. That's why I'm grateful Brian isn't easily scared off. In fact, I joke that I keep trying to scare him away, and he just won't budge. The only thing that scares me, he says with a smile, is how compatible we are. Then, out of nowhere, the moment turns serious. He looks at me and asks softly, "Will you move in with me?" Before I can even fully process that, he continues, "I know we both said we'd never do this again. Will you marry me?" My heart stops for a second. Then I smile. You know I will, I tell him. I love you. I know, he says. I love you too. Just like that, we're engaged. We celebrate in our own quirky way, surrounded by the little things that make us us. Even our shared love of slightly unusual decor and humor. It feels perfect because it feels authentic. I'm not gonna lie, I tell him, laughing. This is my best proposal yet. Well, he says, smiling. I'm hoping it's your last. You're stuck with me now. We joke about how fitting it is that we got engaged somewhere playful and a little unexpected. Because honestly, you'd have to be a little crazy to dive into love again after everything life throws at you. But sometimes, taking that leap is exactly what makes life exciting. If I'd known a proposal was coming, I laugh, I might have prepared my reaction a little better. He grins. Where's the fun in that? Then we start dreaming about the future. We can't get married until Halloween, I say. And it has to be somewhere truly memorable. He nods. Deal. And just like that, we're already imagining the next chapter, together. Deal, I say, still laughing a little. But honestly, the whole thing feels a bit ridiculous and awkward at the same time. Misty and I don't even need words to communicate. We've known each other so long that a single look says everything. So while everything's happening, she and I are having a full conversation just with our eyes and raised eyebrows. We're basically telling each other, this is crazy. What are we even doing here? Let's get out of here. I mean, who gets engaged in a padded cell? Really? It almost feels like we're setting ourselves up for people to laugh at us. Still, everyone offers congratulations. Congrats, Misty says. Thank you, I reply, trying to stay upbeat. I'm excited. You better be, she jokes. I do love the thought behind the proposal. I really do. It was unique, memorable, definitely not something you see every day. But I can also tell some people aren't completely sold on the idea, especially Tammy and Misty. They're supportive, but I can see the concern in their faces. Later, when they talk privately, their worries come out. They think everything is happening too fast. They feel like I already have so much on my plate. My kids, my responsibilities, trying to get my life settled, and now an engagement on top of all that. To them, it seems like I'm juggling too many big changes at once. She's doing too much, one of them says. She hasn't even fully gotten herself settled yet. Another agrees. One step at a time. Get everything else handled first, then think about marriage. I know they mean well. They want the best for me. They just don't want to see me overwhelmed or hurt. I want the best for y'all, but maybe slow down a little. I understand where they're coming from. I really do. And truthfully, I've always had a habit of moving fast in relationships. In the past, I've jumped into things quickly. Sometimes too quickly. I remember one relationship where we were looking at engagement rings after just a week together. Looking back, that probably wasn't the wisest move. This time, I'm trying to be more mindful, trying to move carefully. But at the same time, I can't ignore how I feel. Sometimes love shows up when you least expect it, and it doesn't always follow a neat, sensible timeline. There are couples around the world who meet and marry the same day and stay together for decades. So, who's to say what the right pace really is? Eventually, the mood lightens again, and we go back to joking about the proposal itself. Why a padded cell? I ask with a laugh. Well, comes the answer, it had to be in a haunted house somewhere, and the padded room just felt appropriate. I shake my head, smiling. If there had been a jail cell, you would have picked that, wouldn't you? Absolutely, comes the reply. Then we start talking about the wedding. I think it needs to be in a haunted location too, I say. Not one of those fake haunted places either. I want a real ghost at my wedding. It's a little wild, a little unconventional, but in a strange way, it fits us perfectly.